Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to actually create a children's book that you can sell on Amazon KDP, Google Partner Store, and also Gumroad, or whatever platform you are using AI. And also, one of the big problems when you create these books using ChatGPT is that you go ahead, ChatGPT, write a bedtime story for children's, right? And that's it. You get the output from ChatGPT, you turn it into a PDF, upload it to these platforms, and basically you are thinking, I'm going to make money. Well, it's not that simple, because these ebooks, obviously on Amazon, on Google, on Gumroad, they have AI detectors, right? So they can detect if your ebook or your book is actually created with AI. And to create a really high quality book with AI, you need two things. You will need a great story, right? And also, using ChatGPT, you will need a high quality prompt. So I'm going to show you how I create these ebooks and sell them on Amazon KDP and Google Partner Store. Now, if you're thinking about selling these kind of ebooks on Amazon, you have Amazon KDP, which is pretty easy to sign up, create your account, add your payment information, tax information, and so on. This is available for Google Playbooks Partner Center and also Gumroad. Even though on Gumroad, you don't have to add a ton of information about taxes and so on. But with Amazon KDP, it's a process, and also Google, it's a process, and you can easily do that in half an hour. Now, the most important part that I want to show you in this video is how to create a really high quality children's book stories, right? Or bedtime stories or whatever. But keep in mind that this prompt that I'm about to show you, this prompt applies to any type of story that you want, okay? It doesn't really matter the niche, doesn't really matter anything at all. You will have to provide just a sample of the story, right? A bit of description about the story, and the prompt will do the rest. So as you can see, this is going to be my prompt. And as you can see, it's pretty long. And obviously, you will have to copy and paste this in chunks. So I will leave a link below in the description of this video with this prompt where you can go ahead and download it, right? Now, I will just copy the first prompt, which is all about the author, right? So I'm going back to ChatGPT, I'm going to paste that in. And as you can see, you are a genre author. Your task is to write genre stories in a vivid and intriguing language. Answer with 3 dots if you acknowledge. Don't write anything yet. And the genre is children's story between 1 and 3 years. So I'm going to click enter. And as you can see, it understands, right? And it replies with 3 dots. Now I'm going back to my prompt, and I have here details about the story. Now I will just copy this story, and at the bottom, as you can see, answer with 3 dots if you acknowledge. So I'm going to paste that in here, and I'm going to click enter again, and it should reply with 3 dots. Right, pretty cool. Now I have these details about this story from ChatGPT, right? Because you can pretty much go ahead in a new chat and ask it, like I did in this case, give me an idea of a bedtime story for children's between 1 and 3 years. And this is it, right? So yeah, you can copy the idea. I mean, you can get the idea from ChatGPT. Now I will go back to my prompt, and as you can see, we have the prompt, we have the title, and this is the most important part, guys. We have the title, we have the settings, we have the protagonist, we have the antagonist, the conflict, the dialogue, the theme, the tone, the pacing, and some optional features, right? And at the bottom, we have fill out the template above for a genre story. Now the genre story is going to be, I'm going to copy this genre from the first prompt and paste it in here, right? So again, I will copy the entire prompt, go back to ChatGPT and paste that prompt. I'm going to hit enter, and now it's going to fill out the entire template. So ChatGPT actually created the entire template for this specific story, right? And we have the setting, right? A peaceful, starry night in a meadow surrounded by tall grass. whispering trees and soft flowers. The sky is filled with twinkling stars, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. We have the protagonist, which is Sparkle, a little star. Sparkle is cheerful, kind, and always ready to help. Sparkle's main motivation is to guide and comfort others, shining bright whenever someone needs light or companionship. We have the antagonist, and in this case, ChatGPT knows that we don't have an actual antagonist in this story, right? So the conflict revolves around a sleepy little bunny needing help to find his way home safely, right? Pretty cool. We have the conflict, we have the dialogue, the theme, the tone, the pacing, and optional. And ChatGPT actually tell us to aim for 150 and 250 words. And that's per chapter, per act, per paragraph, right? So this one is done. The template, it's actually created. So I'm going to go back to my prompt and I'm going to copy this one, build story outlines, paste that in ChatGPT, and I'm going to say build story outlines from the factors above. And there we go, story outline for Sparkle and the Sleepy Bunny. So we have the title, we also have the setting, right? The location, the time period, and also the background. We have the protagonist, we have the antagonist, which is the darkness. We have the conflict, we have the dialogue, we also have the theme, the tone, the pacing, and also optional settings. So the outline is actually created, and I'm going to my prompt and I will say, great, now create story chapters from the outline above. Now I'll click enter, and there we go, we have 5 chapters, right? So the first one is going to be a star in the sky, the summary, the key details, and also sample line. Chapter number 2 is going to be the Sleepy Bunny, summary, key details, sample line. Chapter number 3 is going to be a guiding light, summary, key details, sample line, and also chapter number 4, home at last, and chapter number 5, good night, sweet dreams. So this is actually pretty cool. We have the chapters now, and all we have to do is just write content based on these chapters. So if I go back to my prompt, we have this bigger one. And as you can see, this is a very specific prompt for ChatGPT in order to create the best result, right? To give you the best output, to not sound robotic, to give you basically a story that's almost written by a human being. And if you pay close attention to this prompt, it says, write chapter 1 in depth and in great detail in a intriguing writing style. Now check this out. We have removed these words. In today's digital age, in the dynamic, the landscape, staying abreast of the blah blah blah, in an era where, by leveraging both. So we have all of these words that I got from ChatGPT using these kind of words, package them into a prompt and basically tell ChatGPT to remove these robotic words, right? So make it sound human, add that human touch for the casual reader. The user understand what is this all about, as well as adding words like but, so, and, now, etc. Right? So we have chapter number 1. Okay. Now you can play around with the words in here. So you can say something like, make this chapter like 500 words, 1000 words, 2000 words. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave ChatGPT to do its thing. Now I'll click on enter. And as you can see, ChatGPT is going to write chapter number 1. Okay, so in this case, we have like 500 words, which is not bad considering this is a bedtime story for children between 1 and 3 years. Is not bad. But as I said, you can play around, right? And say, write this chapter in like 1000 words, 2000 words, or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and paste this in a new Microsoft Word document. So we have chapter number 1. Now if I go back, I'm going to copy this prompt again and I will paste that in here and I will say write chapter number 2, right? And I will say actually write this chapter over 1000 words. Now I'll hit enter. And as you can see, this one is pretty long. The Sleepy Bunny, chapter number 2. So yeah, I think this goes close to 1000 words. So I'm going to paste that in my Word document. So we have like 1600 words. Okay, so what you have to do basically from now on, we have chapter number 1, chapter number 2, is go back and essentially copy this prompt so you can write all these chapters, right? And I'm going to copy and paste it in here and say write chapter number 3. And I'm going to copy chapter number 3, and as you can see, this one is pretty long as well. Go back to my document, paste that in here, and we have 2600 words. Okay, so we have chapter number 4 and also chapter number 5. So I think you get the idea, guys. In order to create these high quality children book stories, you need good prompts. Okay, you need to have ChatGPT act like he's the publisher, he's the creator of this ebook, right? And with this prompt, you can really create high quality ebooks that you can sell on these platforms like Amazon KDP, Google Partner Store, and also Gumroad, right? And as I said, this prompt will work in any niche. It doesn't matter the niche because it's the prompt, and all you have to do is just give this prompt a bit of story, okay? An idea of a story. And you can get that idea from ChatGPT as well. So I'm going to copy chapter number 4, copy and paste it back into my document. And we have 3900 words. We also have left chapter number 5. So in case you are using the free version of ChatGPT, and I use the free version of ChatGPT, it doesn't really matter because the prompt stays the same. The concept of the story remains the same, right? The prompt is the same, so it doesn't really matter. You don't really need to have the paid version of ChatGPT. And as you can see, the chapter number 5, it's already created, The Magic of the Meadow. Copy that, paste that in this document, like so. And we have 5000 words. It's not bad for a bedtime story, right? For kids, for children's. And obviously, this word count can increase by playing around with the words when you want ChatGPT to write each chapter of your story. Now, we have to go back on my prompt because we have this prompt, the table of contents. And I'm going to go back to ChatGPT, paste that in here, press enter, because I want this ebook, right, this story to have the table of contents. And as you can see, this is it. So I'm going to copy this and paste it at the beginning of my actual story, right? Like so, table of contents. It's already formatted, which is pretty cool. And we also want to add the name of this ebook. And I'm going to go back, which is it? Sparkle and the Sleepy Bunny. So I'm going to copy that and paste it just at the top of this ebook. And I'm going to make it bold, center it like so, and also like 18, like bigger. Sparkle and the Sleepy Bunny. We have table of content, right? Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And starting with chapter 1. Now, I just want to read some of these text because I want you to see how good this children's book is. So we have here, with another tired yawn, the bunny's eyes drifted upwards. The sky was full of stars, twinkling like tiny diamonds. They were beautiful, all dancing in the dark sky, but one star seemed to shine a little brighter than the others. It wasn't the biggest star, but it twinkled in a way that made the bunny feel less alone. "Hello," the bunny whispered, though he wasn't sure if the star could hear him. His voice was soft, almost shy, as if he was talking to a new friend. "I'm trying to find my way home." The star, of course, was none other than Sparkle. Up in the sky, Sparkle had been watching the meadow, her gentle light spreading over the grass and trees. She had noticed the little bunny so small and sleepy, looking a bit lost below. Sparkle had always been a star who wanted to help, and tonight was no different. So can you see how good this story is? With the dialogue, with everything that you need in a story. Everything that you need in a story, right? So this is how you write the actual story, guys, using AI that you can sell on Amazon, Google, and so on. And also keep in mind, when you generate these ebooks with Amazon, with AI, when you add these to your account in Amazon, right, when you upload those books to sell them on Amazon KDP, you need to disclose that you have used AI in order to create these ebooks, right? So let me show you what I do. I go back to ChatGPT and say, make a disclosure. This book was created by Darius Reed and assisted with AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney. Now, Midjourney is gonna help you to create the visuals. Okay, so I'm not going to show you that in this video because it's going to take too long. But the idea is you will need visuals, right? So using AI tools like Midjourney or Leonardo.ai, you can pretty much go ahead and create like 5 to 10 images that you can spread out throughout the story. So yeah, but what I need is the disclosure. So I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to copy this and paste it at the bottom of my newly created children ebook story. Okay, so basically that is it. Now what you want to do from here is to use a tool like Grammarly, which is by the way free, and you can basically grammar check the entire story. And the next thing is just go ahead, click on file, click on save as, and the file format should be PDF, and click on export. And this is it. We have 11 pages. It reads amazing. It's a high quality ebook. And if you add some visuals, you can make these more interesting. And obviously you will have to add some visuals because when you upload these ebook on these platforms, you will need a cover. So yeah, you can create that with the AI image generation tools, or you can use a software called Canva, canva.com, and you can go ahead and create your designs in there, right? But for this specific video, guys, I wanted to show you how to actually create this kind of ebook. And as you can see, and as you can tell, this is high quality.